breaking news.
And now at 6, MassDOT moving to inspect all tunnels after this. Concrete falling from the Prudential Tunnel onto the westbound pike. Tonight, MassDOT says the crumbling concrete is the result of the recent freezing weather we've been having. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken McLeod in for Lisa tonight.
And I'm David Wade. MassDOT says the tunnels are safe, but because of this, you can see how close it was to the cars. They are going to check for any structural failures. We have team coverage for you tonight on the story. We begin with WBZ's Brandon Truitt, who's live at the MassDOT headquarters. Brandon?
We got that briefing within the last hour or so, and they're telling us that it was because of that freezing and thawing we've had over the last couple of weeks that caused water to get in between the concrete in that tunnel, ultimately causing what they're calling a non-structural piece of concrete to fall on the road. Here's a look at that video again. This is of the westbound Pike Lane, right as you're heading out of the city at the Prudential Tunnel. Now you can see the 4-inch, 5-foot wide chunk of concrete fall to the road below. It damaged a couple cars, but we're told no one was injured. MassDOT is calling this an isolated incident, but they did close a couple of lanes this afternoon to survey that section. Later tonight, they will have crews inspecting all of the tunnels around here, and they are warning drivers that could cause some congestion on the roads. Despite today's incident, though, the state is making the case that the highways are safe.
I want to assure people, I drive through the tunnel. I drove through it to get here today. I'm going to drive through to get back. It's our infrastructure is safe. Do things happen? Sure. They happen just like potholes happen. It's actually the exact same weather action that causes potholes that causes things like this. It's a very, very rare occurrence that we have a failure in a joint for anything overhead.
I am told this part of the Prudential Tunnel is around 60 years old. They're due for inspections, this kind of section at least, every 3 years. Now, MassDOT couldn't tell us exactly the last time that this portion was surveyed, only telling us that it was scheduled for a check-in within the next couple of weeks. We're live in South Boston. Brandon Truitt, WBZ News.
All right, Brandon, thank you. And this really did create a big mess on the Mass Pike. You'll see here in this video from Sky Eye, it shows the backup there as crews were trying to clean up the debris and to make sure the road was safe. WBZ's Beth Germano has been speaking with drivers, and she's live along the Pike tonight. Beth?
Well, you can only imagine what those impacted drivers were experiencing when those concrete pieces suddenly fell. And MassDOT says they drove over them, damaging their vehicles. Now, traffic, as you indicate, came to a standstill as the Pike westbound was closed for a while. Now, drivers we spoke with say they were gradually learning about what was ahead, and it made them pretty nervous about driving through the tunnel when it was finally reopened after an inspection. Fortunately, no one was injured, and none of the debris, we're told, actually hit the cars, but it was gridlock getting onto the Pike for some time. For those who use this tunnel frequently, the whole incident was very startling.
It definitely makes us nervous as drivers, you know, because you shouldn't have to fear for your safety. Every day we fear for our safety, but coming through a tunnel shouldn't be a concern of something falling on our car.
It's scary. I saw a ton of concrete missing from the side of it. I mean, I can't believe that it would just fall down.
What was going through your mind as you went through the tunnel?
Just hoping that nothing else happened, that nothing else fell down and, you know, would hit the car, you know, hurt us or, you know, anybody swerving into our lane to avoid it.
Yeah, I think it's absurd that for the amount of money that taxpayers are paying every single day, that to be worrying that concrete is falling on your head while you're driving is a little bit absurd.
And MassDOT says it will be back here tonight for further inspection when traffic is a little bit lighter. But for those drivers, passing that debris was pretty nerve-wracking. Obviously, MassDOT believes it is safe to drive through here now, and traffic is moving just fine. Reporting live from along the Turnpike in Boston, I'm Beth Germano, WBZ News.